Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel where we geek out over the finest rides on four wheels. If you're anything like me, the thought of a luxury SUV that can conquer city streets, twisty back roads and muddy trails all while wrapping you in pure opulence gets your heart racing. Today we're talking about the 2026 Range Rover Sport Land Rover's latest evolution of the performance SUV icon that's been turning heads since its debut. This isn't just an update. It's a full-throttle refinement that amps up the power, sharpens the handling, and dials in even more of that signature British elegance. Whether you're a weekend warrior eyeing off-road adventures or a daily driver who demands supercar thrills in a family-friendly package, stick around because I'm breaking it all down in excruciating detail. We've got the full walk-around, the plush cabin secrets, heart-pounding performance stats, a no BS price breakdown, and even some real talk suggestions on if this beast is right for you. Let's jump in. Picture this. You're pulling up to your favorite coastal overlook at golden hour. The sun dipping low over the ocean, and out steps the 2026 Range Rover Sport. Commanding the scene like it owns the horizon. Starting from the front, this thing hits you with an aggressive yet sophisticated stance that's pure eye candy. The redesigned digital pixel LED headlights are a standout. These aren't your average beams. They're adaptive units with intricate daytime running light signatures that form a bold, angular pattern almost like a futuristic grille extension. Flanking them is the aerodynamic front grille, available in glossy chrome for that classic shine or stealthy black gloss for a more menacing vibe, depending on your trim. It's slimmer and more sculpted than before, feeding into pronounced air intakes that scream performance while subtly nodding to the car's off-road heritage with those rugged lower bumper guards. The hood, it's long and subtly arched with subtle power bulges that hint at the muscle lurking underneath, all wrapped in fresh paint options like the vibrant Versine, blue metallic or the understated Eiger gray. And don't get me started on the holographic. Badge projection, hit the unlock button, and it beams a custom graphic onto the ground like your own personal light show. Up close, the carbon fiber accents on higher trims peek through, adding that high-end texture without overwhelming the clean lines. It's a front end that says, I'm ready for the red carpet or the rubble trail. And it delivers on both counts, swinging around to the side profile. The Range Rover Sport stretches out with an athletic poise that's longer and lower than you might expect from a traditional SUV. We're talking a wheelbase of about 118 inches that gives it a planted, coupe-like silhouette. Those flush door handles pop out seamlessly when you approach, contributing to that slippery 0.35 drag coefficient for better efficiency and wind-whispering silence at highway speeds. The wheel arches are muscular and flared, hugging massive 22-inch alloy wheels on base. Models think diamond-cut finishes that catch. The light just right, or optional 23-inch gloss black. Forged rollers on the SV variants for an even more aggressive footprint. Side skirts run low and taut, accentuating the ground-hugging stance. And the side mirrors are slimmed down with integrated turn signals that blend into the flowing character lines. From here, you can see how the roofline gently slopes rearward, creating that fastback illusion without sacrificing headroom. And the cladding around the wheel wells is textured for a subtle off-road toughness. It's a side view that balances brute force with graceful proportions, wide at 80.6 inches, tall enough at around 71 inches to feel imposing, yet agile enough to carve corners like a sports sedan. Land Rover nailed the sport in Range Rover Sport here. It's not just big, it's balanced. Now, easing to the rear, the design wraps up with a flourish that's equal parts modern and menacing. Those slim LED taillights stretch across the width, connected by a sleek light bar that illuminates like a horizontal flame. When you brake, it's a signature look that's instantly recognizable, even in your rear view. The rear bumper is sculpted with integrated exhaust tips, quad outlets on the V8 models, polished to a mirror finish, and a subtle diffuser that enhances the aero without looking tacked on. The tailgate is power-operated with hands-free kick activation, opening to reveal that spacious cargo area we'll touch on later, but from the outside, it's all about the haunches, wide fenders that echo the front's boldness, and a rear spoiler that's integrated so subtly you might miss it until you're flooring it. On the SV Black Edition, everything's dialed to stealth mode with Narvik black paint, darkened badges, and carbon fiber accents that make it vanish into the night like a shadow on wheels. Overall, the exterior isn't revolutionary, but its evolutionary perfection, refined details like the optional stealth pack that blacks out the trim for a matte Predator aesthetic. or the Celestial Collection paints inspired by cosmic vibes. It's a shell that's as photogenic as it is functional, weighing in at around 5,000 pounds, yet feeling feather-light in motion. Slide inside, and oh man, this is where the Range Rover Sport truly seduces you into long-term commitment. The cabin is a 5-seat sanctuary of sporting luxury, where every surface begs to be touched. Soft Windsor, leather in a rainbow of colorways from ebony black to the plush caraway tan, accented by open-pore wood veneers or aluminum meshes that feel like they were handcrafted in a Mayfair atelier. The dashboard sweeps in a minimalist arc, dominated by that massive 13.1-inch curved Pivi Pro touchscreen that's floating like a tablet from the future. No physical knobs cluttering the view, just haptic feedback buttons that respond with a satisfying click. Below it, the climate controls are physical toggles for that tactile joy. And the digital gauge cluster ahead of the driver is a 13.7-inch high-def display, customizable for everything from full nav maps to performance telemetry. Front seats? They're 24-way power-adjustable thrones with heating, ventilation, and massage functions that knead away the miles, bolstered for cornering grip, yet plush enough for all-day comfort. Complete with illuminated headrests on SV trims that glow like ambient stars. Jump to the second row, and it's no afterthought. Generous legroom thanks to that extended wheelbase. With heated seats, USB-C ports galore, and even optional captain's chairs for third-row access in some configs. Though most buyers stick to the 5-seater setup, cargo, 32 cubic feet behind the rears, expanding to 66 with them folded flat, perfect for hauling gear for a spontaneous glamping trip. Noise isolation is next level, with double laminated glass and active noise cancellation that turns the cabin into a floating bubble. While the Meridian 29 speaker, 1,430 watt surround sound system, standard on higher trims, pumps out tunes so immersive, you'll swear the bass is vibrating from the seats themselves via the body and soul tech. Air purification scrubs out allergens, ambient lighting shifts through 10 million colors, and little touches like edge-lit paddle shifters behind the squared-off steering wheel make it feel alive. It's not just an interior. It's a mobile lounge that rivals a private jet, refined, tech-forward, and utterly addictive. But let's crank it up, because performance is where the 2026 Range Rover Sport flexes its dual personality hardest. Under the hood, you've got choices that cater to every thrill level. Entry-level P360 and P400 models rock a silky 3.0-liter inline-six turbo mild hybrid, dishing out 355 or 395 horsepower with 369 or 406 lb-ft of torque and smooth as butter for urban jaunts. Hitting 0 to 60 in about 5.5 seconds with an 8-speed auto that shifts like it's reading your mind. Step up to the P55 OE plug-in hybrid, and it's a game changer. 542 combined horses from the 6-cylinder plus electric motor, with up to 53 miles of only range for silent, torque-rich commuting. 0 to 60 drops to around 4.5 seconds, and you can fast charge it to 80% in under 2 hours. Then there's the heart stealer, the 4.4-liter twin-turbo V8 BM sourced but land. Rover tuned to perfection, pumping 523 horsepower and 553 pounds FT, launching you to 60 miles per hour in a blistering 4.3 seconds with a top speed. Electronically capped at 155 miles per hour, it's a symphony of induction roar and turbo spool that builds progressively. Never overwhelming, paired with all-wheel drive that vectors torque like a scalpel. For the absolute pinnacle, the SV Edition 2 unleashes a 626 horsepower version of that V8 with mild hybrid assist, shaving the sprint to 3.6 seconds and pushing top speed to 180 miles per hour. That's supercar territory in a 5,000-pound hauler. Handling? The MLA Flex architecture keeps it rigid, while the adaptive air suspension with 5 height settings, from slammed access mode to 11.5 inches of ground clearance, soaks up bumps or firms up for canyons. Add the optional 6D Dynamics hydraulic system, and body roll vanishes. It actively counters pitch and yaw like an invisible hand, making this SUV dance through its bends with Porsche-level poise. Off-road terrain response: 2 auto-tunes for mud, sand, or rocks, with low-range gearing multiplying torque by nearly 3 times. Approach angles up to 34 degrees and a 35-inch weighting depth. Brakes are massive ventilated discs or optional carbon ceramics on SV, hauling it down from speed with confidence and fuel economy. Expect 17 to 19 mpg combined on the V8. Thirsty? Sure, but who cares when it's this exhilarating?